Hey guys, hello, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I got home a little while from a 2-day trip, and while taking the bus, I'm really tired of the bus. While taking the bus home, I had to look at some emails. One of them was an email from my realtor, Rachel, regarding a counter to a counter to a counter to my offer for the second house that I put an offer on. So I had to look at that email and then sign a little document. And I was already kind of in a bad mood because I haven't eaten really almost anything today. The day was easy, just long. Today was just very long. And then this email really put the cherry on the cake. And I figured I really hadn't updated you guys in terms of what's happening with this next house that I put an offer on. Many of you have asked in comment section, hey, what's going on? A few of you have reached out by messenger or email for an update as to what's going on with that house. So you know that I put an offer on one house, that first little teeny house that was just so cute and so perfectly finished. That offer fell through for me. The seller wanted to give the previous guy, the other guy who was the cats are playing in the tissue paper. Someone tried to buy the house, but their financials fell through. After 6 weeks being on contract, that buyer found more money to add to their financials, and the seller wanted to give that buyer another chance, and it worked out for him. So he has that house. Makes me sad because I still kind of see myself in it. And then you saw me on my last walkthrough on houses. You saw me find another house that I fell in love with. It was the opposite direction in that it was huge with a wonderful outdoor space and really almost perfect. I mean, everything was almost perfect. So I put an offer on it. I mean, it felt right. And so I put an offer on it. They were asking $199,990, $10 short of $200,000, which is the top of my budget. Excuse me. The HOA, which I'm not terribly afraid of anymore, but the HOA was $183 on top of what my payment for my mortgage would have been. That would have set me back with a monthly payment, monthly mortgage, including the HOA, of closer to $1,300 a month, which is about $250 or $300 more a month that I'm really willing to spend because I don't make a lot of money yet. I get another pay raise in March, which will make things a little bit easier, but I'm just not willing to really be not house poor, but it would take me a really long time to save up money for repairs on the house, emergencies, teeth. I'm gonna have to have my teeth replaced or fixed in the sort of near future. I don't have a car, and so I would like to buy a car. It would make getting to and from work easier. So the mortgage with the HOA, with what they were asking, would have been really about $250, $300 above what I'd be comfortable with, on top of the fact that there are closing costs for the house. And before this, I was really naive, or not actually ignorant, would be a better word, of this whole process. I didn't know what closing costs was. I didn't know what escrow was. I didn't know what earnest money was. I'm sorry, buddy, I'm ignoring you. So closing costs were going to be estimated around $4,000, $4,500, and those I would have to pay, and that I understand why I would pay them. I understand. Nothing is free, nothing is easy when it comes to properties, apparently. So my realtor was encouraging me, try and let's see if the sellers will cover your closing costs and blah blah blah. And so we because of the comparables, again, something else I wasn't aware of before, the comps were between $190,000 and $213,000. So we went fairly low at 192, asking them to cover closing costs. They came back and said, no, they don't want to cover closing costs. They, in fact, what would they want to do? They said they wanted it to be, if they covered closing costs, they wanted me to pay $202,000, which seemed kind of weird because it seems a weird number. They also wanted to stay in the house for half of November, so I wouldn't be able to close until the middle of November. They weren't going to pay the first year of home insurance, which is what my realtor was suggesting. They just came back with a counter that I was unable to do, because even at $192,000, my mortgage and the HOA was still going to be really, really, really tapping my utmost ability to pay monthly comfortably. And so I rejected that offer, and my realtor and I wrote up another offer. I forgot exactly what it was, but they did not like that either. So they sent me another offer, which honestly wasn't any different than their last counter. So I talked to my realtor and emailed her and said, no, I really can't. I just can't. Fiscally responsibly, it would be really fiscally irresponsible of me to say yes. I would be broke again, as if I were a new flight attendant all over again. So I just can't do it. Oh, hey guys, the cats are playing. That's good. So I signed the last counter, which basically said, no, I'm not gonna play this game anymore. And yeah, I know. Everyone has said, Stephen, you have to be patient for this process. It's not a simple thing. You're going to have to, sometimes you have to look at a lot of frogs, kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince, right? And you'll find it. It'll happen. It'll happen at the right time. You'll find the right house. Everyone's being very encouraging. And I have not spent a lot of time looking at houses because of COVID. Is this video making any sense at all? Because of COVID, I'm not really able to see a lot of properties. If they are tenant occupied here in Las Vegas, I can't see them. If they're owner occupied, I can see them. Go figure. But I've only been able to see 10 houses out of, 60 that I've shown listings to my realtor. And it's just really getting discouraging that I can't even see a lot of these properties. And the ones I see, of the 10 that I saw, I put offers on 2 of them, and it hasn't worked. So I'm feeling just a little discouraged. I know it's too soon to feel discouraged, but it's just this, on top of having I have never had this much money in my savings account. Now, mind you, it's not a lot. In terms of buying a house, it's not nearly a lot. It's enough to cover my 3.5% of my potential home. And if I had to pay closing costs, I could probably take care of closing costs, but I would have nothing left. Nothing left. But it still feels like a lot of money in my bank account because I've never had this much money saved up. And this discouragement that I feel, again, I wish I had a better word than discouragement. On top of taking the bus to work and back after a long day, I'm just like, should I even be looking at a house? I'm questioning whether I should even do this. Should I just go try and find another apartment that'll accept 3 cats, and that is almost nothing, and spend $1,000 a month or more, and just use the money I have right now to go out and buy a used car? That's where I'm feeling. I don't think that would be a smart thing to do. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I just have to just sit here in my uncomfortable space and hope that that something works. I don't know. I'm just feeling really discouraged. I'm tired. I hate not having a car. I haven't had a car for 3.5 years, and it's just getting really exhausting. And then coming home to this place, to come home to this one-room studio with my poor cats trapped in here for days, where they really don't have the space they need to be happy. That's in my opinion. It's just, I kind of feel sad, and I feel kind of discouraged. And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking, you are the most spoiled, self-centered, egotistical jerk on the planet. That's what I'm thinking. Just now, I'm realizing I'm whining. If anyone knows my story about addiction, about almost dying by having been stabbed in the chest with a carving knife, that happened. Living in a car. If anyone knows my story, here I am sitting in a studio apartment, safe, with money in the bank, looking for houses to buy, and here I am whining about I'm not getting what I want and what I think I deserve. Now I'm embarrassed. While I post this, I don't know. Should I? I don't know. I really don't filter anything else I share with you guys. And I do share almost every aspect of my life with you guys. So I might post this after all. But, yeah, I don't know. So the plan is, now that I've exercised this frustration and this sense of discouragement and just lack of motion. What, buddy? Hi. Oh, honey. Oh. And how could I be unhappy with this baby, right? The plan now is just to kind of sit tight, stay here, keep saving money, keep taking the bus, and keep looking at houses, I guess, right? I don't know. All right. Well, I thank you for listening, if you did. I feel like this is almost therapeutic just talking to you. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And it's like I feel like I just called a friend and poured my heart out, and they just listened, which is sometimes what you need, just having someone listen to you, right? So thanks for being a friend. I appreciate it. I hope I haven't brought you down somehow, but I feel better. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Fly safe.